Let's talk some Alabama recruiting in the transfer portal. It's been crazy, but yesterday, Jaylen Mbakwe hit the portal, and since then, there has been about 24 hours of chaos in Titletown. Lots of rumors, lots of reports, and that's why we got Tim Watts from BamaOnline in this video. We're going to go behind the scenes of this major development that is still developing with Jaylen Mbakwe. But first, Alabama fans, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. We're talking Bama recruiting, whether it's high school or the portal, so jump on board. All right, let's bring in the great Tim Watts from BamaOnline. Now, Jaylen Mbakwe, Tim, we're talking about a former top 20 player in the country. Just last year, only a freshman, played some meaningful minutes. So, Tim, take us back to yesterday. Mbakwe hit the portal. A lot of Bama fans want to know why.
It's really hard to pick up. I think you look at the NIL being a factor, playing time, position. He's talked about playing on offense. I think if you look back at his high school career, he was a heck of an offensive talent. There's a lot of people that thought he could end up on that side of the ball. Moves over to defensive back, cornerback. Nick Saban really liked him there. He did great at camp for Alabama. So he comes in. He gets some playing time this year. He struggled a little bit, had a rough game against Tennessee on the road. Saw his playing time kind of sporadic as you saw some of the young guys like Xavier Brown kind of step up and find their footing. So why he went in, I think sometimes you just look at all that combined and the temptations are out there, even before he was in the portal. And I don't even know if he's filed the paperwork yet. Okay. As of last night, he intended to go in the portal. We have not heard he filed the official paperwork, but again, you've got 48 hours for that. So I think it just comes down to comfortability, what kind of offers you've got on the table, what's the sweetener as far as playing time, guaranteed starting stuff and all that.
Yeah, and you guys have a ton on BamaOnline all about Mbakwe, whether it's you or Charlie Potter. There's been intel dropping through the night, really. So it sounds like he might be having second thoughts. What is actually going on here? Is that happening?
Second thoughts were happening for sure, are happening, however you want to word it. I think this moves by the hour. Last night, basically – we were reporting that we heard he was going into the portal, had intentions, and then he announced he was. And then all of a sudden you saw a lot of Alabama players get back involved. I think they reached out to him. You got to remember, this guy is a diehard Alabama fan growing up. He's the main one recruiting Ryan to Alabama. So this isn't really a guy that you expected to be in this situation. But you saw the excitement, you saw the tweets, you saw the players, and now we confirmed that he was having second thoughts and he was going to end up talking to Alabama. But yeah, definitely second thoughts. And I imagine he's had some second, third, and fourth thoughts by now.
Right. So is this a situation where Alabama's actively communicating with him right now, or is he kind of hunkered down and trying to see what he wants to do?
I know there's communication. I don't know the amount, but I know the two sides are talking. I don't think initially there was a lot of talk. I think he intended to hit the portal. Then Alabama, and again, the players reached out. It's our understanding Mbakwe was open to talking to Alabama. You got to remember, there's a lot of relationships he's got tied there. Not that you can't break them, but they don't untie necessarily easily. There's a lot you got to go through. Him and Ryan Williams had a podcast, everything that was going on with that. So, there's just a lot to, unpack. Probably the biggest surprise here is that you didn't expect this to be one. Ryan would be another one. They were both so Alabama guys, but it just shows you, you never know exactly what a player's looking for. All could end up well for Alabama, or he could leave. I think that's still in flux right now.
Well, yeah, was Ryan Williams, was that yesterday posted on social media? Was he active? What's he talking about? Is he recruiting Mbakwe back? What was that signifying?
Oh, I think there's no doubt about it. Ryan's not a guy that's shy. I don't know if the fans have seen, he's got a massive Alabama tattoo, and of course everybody's going to remember Reuben Foster, but most of the times the tattoo does matter to some degree. But I think, he went after. They've been close. Again, they do the podcast. They got business stuff tied together. They're emotionally tied together. Played one of the best state championships in football history. Unbelievable game with those two standing out in many, many ways. So definitely was going to be recruiting him. I think the twist here is him possibly ending up on the offensive side of the ball. He could just be more comfortable there. Defensive backs, not everybody is as comfortable playing with their back to the ball. It's an uncomfortable situation. You're basically blind. Turn your head. You turn your head, your guy can get loose. There's a lot that goes on there. He might just want to score a touchdown. So I think that factors in. I think other schools have told him that was an opportunity for them. There's a lot of guys like Jaylen Mbakwe getting the Travis Hunter pitch right now. We're going to use you like that. It's not easy said than done. You know, early in this business, everybody was going to be the next Charles Woodson and Champ Bailey. Haven't seen a lot of those guys since then. But I think that's the pitch people are selling some of these kids on.
All right, Tim, what's your gut say? How and when could this saga with Mbakwe end?
I think we'll know something today to some degree. But I mean, there's no guarantees in this. I mean, this could be a dilemma. Obviously there's a tug of war with whoever was trying to get him in the portal, to begin with. There's already a tug of war going on. So this will go back and forth possibly for a while, but I think that he probably would want it over with. I'd want it over with, and I think everybody's like, make a decision and figure it out. But hopefully today, for the Alabama fans' sake, they can just, this is a chance you rip the Band-Aid off and then you put the Band-Aid back on. You might have to rip the Band-Aid off again. You don't want to keep it go back and forth with this one.
All right. Well, we will see how this turns out. Tim Watts from BamaOnline, thanks for stopping by the Inside Scoop.
You got it. Anytime.